I still find we have a lot of room to grow. So we're a relatively small group. Combs Enterprises is about 230 employees. But when I'm in most business settings, most people find that shocking. So I think there's a lot of room to grow to understand the true business of entertainment. So the opportunity to work for Sean Combs to me was interesting and exciting because I thought I could learn something there. And what was initially interesting and intriguing to me about the position was like, you know, this is a guy who I can really, truly learn from. Before I came here, I've worked in everything from infectious disease to trainer jets. But here, being able to understand deeply what it takes to develop a fragrance, sitting in innovation sessions as we come up with the latest flavor for Ciroc vodka, those opportunities allowed me to grow my knowledge base deeply, which is beneficial to me. It helps me be the best possible professional that I can be. Now, having worked for Combs Enterprises for 12 years, I never had to go anywhere else because every single day is a new adventure. It's exciting, and as I mentioned earlier, like I actually love the challenge of being in different businesses. But the reality is there's a very common, clear chord which allows it to thrive, and then it allows interconnectivity for each brand to let the other flourish. And it is started from the core of Sean Combs in the 90s saying like, I'm interested in building lifestyle brands that naturally fit into your life. The biggest thing that I've learned from Sean Combs, or is the most inspiring, is he is phenomenal about getting the very best out of people who work around him. What greatness is, sometimes it's really difficult and it requires like you to really look back at good like 6 states ago. The journey from good to great is a real serious, committed, disciplined journey. And he's a phenomenal guide on the road from good to great. You know, the challenge of being a woman in male-dominated industries, which, to be clear, not just in hip-hop entertainment, it was the same thing when I worked at the Department of Defense. The challenge is like any data source, right? You're representing a very small sample. So you know that your behavior, and it shouldn't be this way, but it's gonna represent the opinions of tens of thousands of women. So every boardroom that I'm in, and I'm the only woman, I'm typically the only woman, the youngest woman at 42, not that young, right? The only minority, I'm very clear that it is incumbent upon me that my interactions, though they shouldn't, represent an entire nation of women, right? For all of us. So I don't take that lightly. So for me, it comes down to the level of excellence that I'm committed to provide, not for me, but for my 4-year-old daughter. So that when she goes into a boardroom, I hope it's flooded with women. Because I hope that the example that I set was one that said like, golly, I realized that this is not some, it's not some nice to do to have more women in place. Like I'm just really good for business in real life.